Hi there, my name's Taylor Miller. I'm a fourth grade teacher in the Olathe School District, and I'm going to talk to you briefly about the app Seesaw today. I am on the desktop version, so there's the URL. However, using the app is awesome. It's really set up for that. I personally have it on my cell phone. I've got it on my iPad. My students have it on their iPad. It's not just an Apple app. You can use it on any device. The parents that I have connected to the app, they use it on various devices. It's awesome. It's free for what I'm going to show you today. So to sign up, it's really easy. You're going to click create account, enter your information in, and then go from there. I already have an account, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is my class from last year. You can see that the last thing I posted was an iMovie, and I posted it to everybody. You can choose to just post it to individual students. However, like if you see below, you can see where only a couple students are in that. I can then go over here and see all of my students and their items. And if I wanted to, I could click on just that. You can also make folders so that everything's sorted by subject. Really, it's up to you with how organized you want to get. I like that when my students log in, they only see their account or things that they're tagged in. So they will see everything that says everyone. And however, they will not see other students' items unless they themselves are tagged in it. So to start you off, this green plus button is your friend. You can post different things. Personally, I use this mainly. I share pictures I take in class, which is nice. It's not out there on Twitter for everyone to see. The only people that can see it are people who have access to the account. And I use it for my small groups, which I will get into. This is where you're going to create a new class. I will just go ahead and create my class for next year for this tutorial. 2018, I cannot believe it's already 2019. Fourth grade. And then choose the method that you want your students to sign into. You have the option of email or QR code. I highly suggest the QR code because as you can see in this image, all they have to do is click I'm a student and scan the QR code. Very simple. They can sign in. If they're using a class iPad, I have all of my iPads already set up to it, so when they upload things, they just have to select their name. And then add your students. You can either add them individually or paste them. So for this, I just made a short list of names so I can show you how the paste feature works. I'm all about saving time where we can. You'll want to make sure it's one per line or it will come out looking a little funny. And you can double check that their names are correct and move on. Now, if you have a student come during the middle of the year or you've got a student that leaves, you can always edit your roster whenever you want. That's all in settings. Then what I'm going to show you is how to share a brief activity. They have some already pre-made, or you can make one yourself. So for example, you put the title, the instructions. If you want to add voice instructions for younger grades, you can do that. And then add the template. This is the same screen that pops up when you go to add anything. Photo and video is pretty self-explanatory. File, I've had my students upload some of their Google Drive files up here before so that I don't have to print out their papers and their parents are able to see it easily. Notes, this is very helpful if you want to do open-ended questions. I have done this where for my small group reading, I have put a question, they get to answer it. I only sent it to the students in that specific group so that when they come back to me in my small group, they are ready to go. They know what we're going to be talking about that day. Or what I'm going to show you today is the drawing. Oh, and the link. I use that if I make a thing link for research, and then I can link it right in there. So my students know they go to the iPad, they go to Seesaw, and that is it. The drawing is what I'm going to show you today because I love it. You can add a text, so divide 529 by 4. You can then shift it around. You can add drawings if you want, different colors. It's up to you. Go ahead and click done. I checked it. Again, you would have all this information. Share with who, so you can decide again, do you want the whole class to see it or not? And then here, I better create a name, division. Preview, and share. So then now I can easily see who has responded, who's waiting for approval. I have my accounts always set up to where I have to approve everything that comes in. That way, if they're doing an art project or something and they're taking a ton of pictures, I don't have 75 pictures of Billy's face on the Seesaw. I can add one of them if I want. Then, other things you can do is send announcements to parents. So if you want to say, hey, don't forget about the field trip tomorrow, pack your lunch, or whatnot. Again, I use this with fourth graders, so a lot of what they're doing with this app is independent. They upload all of their projects that they're doing. They upload any pictures that they take. I am only using this to upload pictures that I'm taking in the class or activities such as this. So you could really be pretty hands-off with this app if you wanted to, which is awesome for beginners who are overwhelmed and they don't want to add these kind of tasks for their students. I will say that tasks such as this will go ahead and bump you up on that SAMR model, but you've got to start from somewhere. I wanted to show you really briefly one thing that I like about this. So I have, with every class, math, we are all in different spots. And we were introducing long division. Well, I had a couple students that were really getting it. So instead of having them bored while I'm working through slowly the steps with the rest of the class, I had them make videos. So again, they went on that drawing upload and they made a video. So I'm going to stop talking so that you can hear this because I want you to hear how they were able to talk through every step of the video.
What is 98 divided by 5? Let's find out.
I'll go ahead and
I'm crazy right now.
zoom up a little.
Now C stands for check. B stands for bring down. And R is for repeat or remainder.
All right, so you can see where he used different colors. He talked through it for the steps. I absolutely love this. I ended up having my entire class do this activity so that they could go home. And if they were working on a long division problem, they were stumped. They couldn't remember what the steps were, how to do it. Now they've got a model to look at home to remind themselves, oh, this is what I did in this problem. I'm going to go ahead and transfer that same step over to this new problem. Again, love this for elementary level. I could see this being used in middle and high school level. However, then Twitter and things of that are also very helpful. I personally like that this is secure for my students. I give each of my parents in the class a QR code, and that is how they log in, and they will only see their individual child's account. They can also download information and save it, and that way they're able to see when a rubric comes home for a keynote, they are not frustrated. Well, this was technology, so I couldn't see their results. Why did they get the grade they did? Now they can get on Seesaw and see directly how the rubric corresponds with the project. They also love to be able to download all your pictures, and it's safer. Plus, whoever signs up to a student's account, I still have to approve them. So if some random person found this QR code on the street and had a desire to log into someone's Seesaw account, I would say, oh, that person is definitely not Billy's mom, so I'm going to decline them. Very safe. It's also good for students who and their parents who are worried about that privacy aspect that comes with some technology use. So, after working through the app, if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I appreciate you listening, and I hope that you are able to utilize the Seesaw app as I do in my classroom. Thanks.